them receivers, everybody did their part, and I feel like everybody believed.
What do you think changed? What changed tonight?
I would say just the energy. The energy around, I would say, well, since I've been around, the energy around like the Browns. I just feel like overall, it was a different spark. I feel like it was a spark, even though it's a preseason game. Typically, people don't take those too much serious, but like that's our Super Bowl. That's each and every player's Super Bowl. So the change is a family thing. It's a family. You got to be able to go to war with each and every guy and understand, like, we're not playing for ourselves here. We playing for each other, so not making selfish mistakes, not doing that type of stuff, getting through reads, handing the ball off, doing what you got to do. Everybody do their job, and that's how we believe in one another.
Hey, Shedeur, the fact that you played so many plays into the fourth quarter versus the way it's gone in camp with the reps being split, how did that help your comfort level just in flowing with the game?
Well, I say I'm comfortable with being uncomfortable, so that's what it is. I got pockets of finding my rhythm, and I got to get into that quicker, regardless of anything. But overall, I feel like me out there, and I couldn't do it, of course, without the time. I couldn't do it without the play call. I couldn't do it without anything. So I'm just thankful to even be able to have, the joy of just being on the field overall, then carrying the responsibility of doing the right thing. So that's 2 badges under my belt already, that I got out there. I feel like we operated the huddle really, really good. So it's just the small details that of course, we practice on and we talk about. And I'll say, of course, towards the end, I'll say we got a little sloppy, and we overall going to finish it up, and that's going to be a point of emphasis going into this next week. But, I was just thankful just to share that moment with everybody.
Shedeur, how do you think he handled the nerves and the adrenaline right off the bat?
I'm going to be honest, I wasn't nervous, so I didn't really have too much adrenaline. It was just getting comfortable. That's all it is. Like, it's plenty games before, like, I was nervous, but I felt like I knew the answers to the test. So it's like when you feel unprepared, then, when you don't feel like you're ready for the moment. I know I'm ready for the moment. Did I play up to par? No, I don't feel like I did. But overall, the main goal was to win, and that's honestly what we did.
There's a back and forth going on with your dad today, and he's been tweeting things out. And
I don't even have Twitter on my phone. Yeah, I get reckless on there.
Have you talked to him since the end of the game yet, or have you?
I texted him before the game. I called him. He didn't answer. I said, "This is why I just don't call you." He didn't answer the phone. He didn't answer the phone when I called him. But they have their own fall camp going on and everything. So I forgive him a little bit. But he sent me a voice message that's pretty cool overall. I don't know if it's still on my phone, but overall, like, I'm just thankful. Just for the opportunity. And
there was so much talk about you not getting.
I got you, Nick.
There was so much talk, especially leading up to this week when it was announced that you were going to get the start, that maybe you were not prepared enough because of the limited practice reps, and you kind of alluded to it. But what would you kind of say to that message? Through previous camp, that maybe people think that you weren't put in a position to succeed because of the limited practice reps and the way.
I mean, I think overall in life, I don't want anybody to make excuses. I feel like making excuses for whatever situation. It's like you ask God for something and it's there, then you're going to complain about it. So it's like it's 2 ways you could look at it. You could look at it and be thankful and take full advantage of the opportunity, or you could look at it like, dang, this is what I've been asking for. I'm not prepared. So I'll say I've been able to sleep good at night, knowing I was playing. I didn't know I was playing until, I don't know, one of the days that was close. and then I just prepared it as normal. But it was definitely that switch, and it kicked in. And when you out there on the field, it's different. Like, you understand, ball's ball. The ball never been a problem for me. It's, whatever optics or whatever everybody makes up after outside the game. But in the game, y'all kind of know who I am.
When did you feel yourself settle in? Do you remember when? Was there a particular throw? You made a lot of, a couple of really great throws. When did you feel yourself really settling in?
I can't be specific. I don't know specifically when. I just know the feeling overall. So, and that's really the most routes I threw to all the receivers. So I really didn't know how someone came out the breaks and everything. So that's why I feel like point of emphasis this week is, you know, just be prepared even more, because I feel like I was straight, but I feel like to be where I want to go, I don't think that was good enough.
You walk us through those 2 touchdown passes.
I don't even remember the play, honestly, right now.
Why do you say you weren't up to par?
I mean, I incompletions. There's incompletions out there. I know that I know, you know, I'm able to complete. That's the only thing.
You remember that one-handed, or that pass he threw to Luke, he caught with one hand
Yeah.
downfield? I guess, what did you see on that play, and to see him make that catch, I guess, what was that like? Because you had a connection with him over the course of camp.
Yeah, I'm just excited for all of them. I gifted a lot of receivers the prime DT96s. You know, a couple of them had them on, so I just gifted a couple of them, like the main receivers going into this game. You know, I gifted them some cleats. Some wore them, some didn't. But I was like, okay, this is just my little appreciation gift to them, because they don't be having a lot in stock. So I couldn't do everybody. I wish I could, but yeah, it's great knowing that he's able to come out here and put on the show how he's supposed to. You know, and how we know he can. But you know, we still need a couple more receivers and them to be able to get off. But the way we was able to run the ball and how the running backs were running, they was running physical. You know, and the line was making their blocks and not letting people get back there, so I was thankful.
That one to Luke, did you know that it was good where it left your hand?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a feeling. The first one I had to 22, it was like, but it wasn't me, you know. So that's when it's like you know it like internally. I don't know, what do you do for a hobby? Like, what's your hobbies?
I'm a bad golfer.
But you know when you're gonna swing a good one, though. You know when you swing it, it's gonna come out right. So. You know, that's it.
Hey, Shedeur, when you think about the open competition, as it's called, how do you process that? And do you feel like you really have a fair shot to maybe win the job?
See, I just think about when I get out there, just doing what I got to do. You know, everything else is not in my hands, so I worry about it. That's like, I don't know. I just don't think that deep into everything, because it's nothing you're going to be able to control. So why put energy in something that you can't control? So the most you could do is, hey, whenever you get your opportunity, when your numbers call, you know, perform and at least do the bare minimum and win the game. So that's what I feel like we did today. And it's definitely things I'm able to grow off of.
Last one from Murray
How
Gay.
are you able to remain so patient? You know, we look over there and we see you sometimes on another field over there by yourself, and you're taking all 14 reps. You haven't gotten a rep yet with the first team offense. How were you able to remain so patient? And did you know that once the reins came off, it was go time for you?
I mean, God's patient with us as humans. We mess up at times, but I don't feel like he throw us away as individuals. So it's different things and different life lessons, you know, you got to go through. And I haven't went through this situation, you know, that I'm in ever. So it's really just a test, you know. I feel like from God or whoever it's from, it's just a test. But anyway, I'm just thankful that I was able to see the day of light and get out there and be able to play. So, you know, they didn't have to let me play. So anything and everything, you know, is good for me. So then, you know, the kids looking up, the kids definitely inspire me, of course, more. It's a lot of people incarcerated that definitely talk to their friends, to talk to me, to tell me my friend from jail was, you know, watching you play and watching everything that's going on. So it's just like the world, you know, I say is so small and everybody sees everything, and I'm thankful to be able to inspire people through everything. Because a lady just told me now, when I'm having a bad day, I just think about Shedeur, and I'm saying, I'm going to act like Shedeur. You know, so like that's so cool, you know, to me that I'm some form of inspiration.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.
How the tunnel all come together? It's easy. How did Tony and all that?
Oh, it's fine. I think